Head of Security and Risk Management for Liquidnet, the world's institutional equity marketplace. Cyber attackers are just like the rest of us. They're lazy. If they have a choice between coming up with some technically complex way of breaching their target's defenses or just letting some user open up the back door for them, they're going to choose the latter. One of the favorite and most successful techniques used by attackers to make their jobs easier is called spear phishing. Like plain old phishing, spear phishing works by getting someone to open a document or click a web link from their work computer. The document or link is crafted to compromise their computer and give the attacker control of the system. Voila! The attacker is now inside your network and has valid credentials. The difference between phishing and spear phishing is targeting. Spear phishers choose their targets very carefully. They identify organizations of interest and then figure out who in the organization is likely to have access to the information that they're seeking. Their emails to their targets are carefully crafted and will tend to be more believable than the standard "please update your account" messages sent out by plain old phishers. For example, one recent spear phishing campaign targeted corporate finance departments. The attackers posed as job seekers and sent emails with resumes attached. When the attachments were opened, malware was installed on the recipient's machines. Now the attacker had control of computers with access to all sorts of financial data and applications. Other potential spear phishing targets include IT people, corporate management, and the HR department. Training your users to recognize, avoid, and report spear phishing attempts should be a key part of your awareness strategy. The best way to get users' attention and gauge how resistant they are to these attempts is to try and spear phish them yourself, see who takes the bait, and provide targeted awareness education. Doing this repeatedly can provide you with feedback on how effective your awareness program is. Hopefully, the number of people who take the bait will decrease over time. If you're a bit of a geek, or you have some geeks working for you, you can roll your own test environment by setting up a domain and web page on a web server inside your organization. To do this, you'll have to register a domain, establish an email account for that domain, set up a DNS record to point to a web server you control, and building a landing web page for users to be directed to when they click your link. Your landing web page should not alert users to the fact that they've been scammed, since you don't want users to let their colleagues know about the test while it's going on. In order to figure out who took the bait, you'll have to parse the web logs on the bait server to get the IP addresses. For this reason, the landing web server should be located inside your corporate network. This technique works well, doesn't cost very much, but requires a bit of technical know-how. The other way to run a spear phishing test is to outsource the testing to a third-party service. One such service, called phishme.com, provides a web interface which allows you to build your spear phishing email from templates or to create a totally custom message using content from the internet. Phishme takes care of setting up the web server, sending the emails, analyzing the data, and producing those pretty reports that management loves. If you don't have the time, knowledge, or resources to build your own test infrastructure, a third party could be the way to go. Here are some tips for a successful test. First, be devious. Use domain names, company names, and email addresses which are really similar to those that your people know and trust. Sprinkle in some information which builds trust, such as names of people in your organization. Attackers are going to do their homework and use these kind of tricks. Don't make your bait too outrageous. Offer a $10 gift card in exchange for answering a survey, not a $100 gift card. The results of your first test will most probably be discouraging. Use these results as a wake-up call for your organization. After the test, send out an email to the recipients explaining the threat of spear phishing and telling them how they could have recognized your email as a potential threat. Tell them you intend to run these tests on a periodic basis and then follow up. Hopefully, over time, your people will get better at detecting questionable emails. Running your own spear phishing test is an inexpensive and simple way to build and measure security awareness in your organization and to address the weakest link in information security, the human element. Thanks.